Hey everyone, good morning. Shihan Allie Alberigo here from Long Island Ninjutsu Centers, and to all my students and friends and family, I want to wish you the most happiest, healthiest, prosperous, and most importantly, loving holiday that you can ever experience. This comes from myself, my family, and my dojo family. I'm sure my team and staff and everyone else around that helps teach at Long Island Ninjutsu Centers. But I wanted to also quickly use this as a time to do a quick talk about mindfulness. Mindfulness is an interesting thing. You know, most people think that they're mindful. And the other day I was teaching my kids' youth class, and I said, you know, how many of us are thankful for things? And what are we thankful for the holidays? And of course, we had all the great answers, you know, our family, the things we have, our houses, food on the table, clothes on our back, and those are all great answers. And I'm sure they're all very genuine in saying they're thankful for that. But I said, are you really mindful of those things? Are we mindful of all the things? And mindfulness could go in both ways. So understanding that we're mindful of what we have, right? We know that we have it, but are we really aware of what it is? For example, let's just take a meal. We're eating food for dinner and we eat it really quickly. It tastes really good and we, put the plate away and we move on. Are we there experiencing every taste, thinking about what goes into the food, the seasoning that makes that taste so good, the time that it took to cook it, and all those things that came before it, the growers that made the vegetables and the food and so on and so forth? Are we mindful of all of those things as we take each bite and we savor that flavor in our mouth and taste it, right? The same thing goes for love of our family, love of our spouses, love of our children. We love them, we care about them, but do we take enough time to be mindful, just to look at them and understand and appreciate everything about them? Not look at faults and try to determine what we can correct, but really understand and appreciate those values and just the little things about that person that really truly makes them who they are and why we love them so much. We have to be mindful of that. We also have to be mindful of every experience. Just recently I saw something where a few guys on the internet were harassing Ivanka Trump on the plane, and whether we get into whether this is right or wrong, I feel it's totally wrong. But at the same time, now they're an internet sensation. People are blasting them all over the internet, putting their pictures up, their phone numbers, their emails. And even though that they did a bad thing, you have to be mindful of what you do afterwards to express how you're unhappy, or in the moment when you're unhappy about something. You have to be mindful of what you say and what you do and how you act in that moment and how it's going to affect others, how it's going to affect people in their lives, how it's going to hurt them, possibly having someone violently beat them up or hurt them or destroy them in some way. This is not being mindful, right? We have to be mindful. Even though someone may have hurt us, do we go back and retaliate and destroy their entire lives? No. We have to be mindful of all the actions that we take continuously that create other actions, right? For every action, there is a reaction, right? We have to understand, we have to be mindful of that. So anyway, please think about that when you do things. Please think about that when you write things. And sometimes teachers create emotion by writing something that maybe stirs the pot. I do that a lot on Facebook. I say things and I create lessons so that people start talking and the dialogue starts and they maybe complain or voice their opinion so that I could then voice my opinion back. This is my way of teaching in a very Zen-like way through contemplative thought. Anyway, holidays, mindfulness, be appreciative of everything. Remember, when you rip open that wrapping paper, people have made that wrapping paper. Companies and hundreds of people. Everything that goes into what you have, all the things that you experience, the love and the relationships you have, all. Be mindful of those and really dig deep and appreciate that more. In our saying, in our student creed, we say, do not distance one's loyalty from one's parents, family, friends, and teachers. Try deeply to master the culture and the art and the philosophy of ninjutsu. I'm kind of paraphrasing it there a little bit, but that basically tells you that we have to remember all those things, all those people. So anyway, I leave you with the holiday wish. I wish you love and light and hope that you have a happy holiday and all the days after. And I want you to be mindful of everything that you have. Arigato gozaimasu.